Alright, so what is the methodology for a naming convention? Well, I'm going to start off by making sure, like I said earlier, consistency. We want to make sure all of our naming conventions are consistent. In other words, they maintain the same variables throughout all levels. So that we know when we're looking at an ad set, we know everything about that ad set that we need to know in order for us to identify what it is. If we don't have all the details up front, we're going to have to dig. Digging is annoying, because oftentimes we don't have time to dig, and oftentimes when we dig, we make mistakes. So after having to crack that ad set open to identify certain things, it's really annoying. But in this case, what we're going to talk about, an established sort of parameter that don't ever change. These are things that this name is this name. That is set in stone. If we want to add new variables, we always add them to the end, but that particular set is the same. So the campaign, the ad set, and the creative, they all have a consistent naming schema. I recommend using a generator tool, which you will find below this video. A generator tool is going to, as an example, you'll find a generator tool below this video. This is going to help you stay consistent, at least in the beginning, until you don't need to use a generator tool. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of copying and pasting, a lot of very consistent things, and a lot of things you're really going to be like, well, this isn't really important anymore. You can remove them. But just keep them in there because we have an infinite number of characters in these names. Some platforms, some PHP platforms have a certain limitation on the characters that we can import via API or what have you. Whatever. Like, make sure you're within the limits on your platform, but in general, there's an unlimited number of characters, so really, in my mind, the more data we can share about that particular campaign, ad set, ad, or creative, the better. And the more data we can share about this, we can trend. Every single piece of this, we can trend. I'm going to talk about trends really, really heavily in this course because that's all that matters. We don't care about flat metrics. We don't care about performance. What I care about is trends. You're going to be exposed to a lot of different advertising methodologies throughout your career, and a lot of these are going to be like, well, is this profitable or not profitable? Well, it looks profitable on the flat level. Well, who cares? It really, when the data is flattened, we're unable to extrapolate a trend. We don't know what direction. We only have the magnitude. So if when you only have the magnitude, you can't actually determine what's happening in a particular ad set, ad, creative, campaign, what have you. We don't know what direction it's going. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what to expect. Oftentimes, we're going to be scrambling, trying to figure things out. Advertising is about staying calm, cool, and collected. Especially when you're spending 6 figures a day, you can't be frantic. You can't make frantic decisions. You need to know exactly what to do. You need to know what buttons to push. You need to know where to position things in order to either recover from a bad day or continue pushing on from a good day, continuing scaling on a good day. So we're going to talk about all these different things and different ideologies and different parameters, but you're going to need to first adhere to an established, consistent naming convention.